Alright, let's talk about Spider-Man, Brand New Day, and why it's shaping up to be one of the most anticipated box office events of the year. But here's the thing, this isn't just another superhero movie release. Personally, I think what makes this really interesting is the timing. Coming off the heels of the Odyssey's success, which, by the way, dominated theaters for weeks, Sony's latest Spider-Man installment is poised to swing in and shatter records. But why now? And why is everyone so hyped? First off, let's talk numbers. Sony's projecting a domestic opening of $195 million, which, if you ask me, feels conservative. I mean, this is Tom Holland's Spider-Man we're talking about, a character who's become the gold standard for how to keep a franchise fresh and relatable. What many people don't realize is that this isn't just about the money, it's about the cultural impact. Spider-Man has always been the everyman hero, and this film seems to double down on that, exploring Peter Parker's loneliness and vulnerability. That human element? It's what sets this apart from other superhero flicks. Now, let's talk competition, or the lack thereof. The Odyssey had a great run, but it's been 2 weeks, and audiences are hungry for something new. Spider-Man is stepping into a vacuum, and that's a strategic move. If you take a step back and think about it, this is Sony and Marvel Studios flexing their muscles, showing they know exactly when to strike. But here's the kicker, this film isn't just relying on the absence of competition. It's got a 91% Rotten Tomatoes score, with critics praising Tom Holland's performance. One thing that immediately stands out is how the film is being positioned as both a spectacle and a character study. That's a tough balance to strike, but if anyone can do it, it's this team. What this really suggests is that Spider-Man isn't just a box office juggernaut, he's a cultural phenomenon. In my opinion, the success of this film could be a litmus test for the superhero genre as a whole. There's been a lot of talk lately about franchise fatigue, with films like Supergirl and The Mandalorian and Grogu underperforming. But Spider-Man seems immune to that. Why? Because, as Sean Robbins pointed out, these films have consistently delivered thoughtful, character-driven stories. They've kept the heart of Spider-Man intact while evolving the narrative. That's no small feat. Now, let's talk global impact. Sony's projecting a $465 million global opening, with a strong showing in China. That's huge. But what's fascinating to me is how this film is being received internationally. Spider-Man has always had global appeal, but this time, it feels like the stakes are higher. A detail I find fascinating is how the film is being marketed. It's not just about the action, it's about the emotional core. That's a smart move, especially in markets where audiences crave depth alongside spectacle. Here's where it gets really interesting. Can Brand New Day surpass No Way Home's $260.1 million domestic opening? Personally, I think it's a tall order. No Way Home had the benefit of nostalgia, with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's returns, plus it was the first major post-COVID release. But here's the thing, Brand New Day doesn't need to beat it to be a success. If it comes close, it's a win. What this really suggests is that Spider-Man's longevity isn't just about the character, it's about the people behind the scenes who keep reinventing him. Finally, let's talk about Tom Holland. The guy's become synonymous with Spider-Man, and his dedication to the role is undeniable. When he says he'll do it for as long as they'll have him, you believe it. But here's a deeper question, how long can this run last? Superhero roles can be career-defining, but they can also be limiting. From my perspective, Holland's managed to strike a balance, taking on roles like the Odyssey while still being the face of Spider-Man. That's impressive. So, what's the takeaway here? Spider-Man, Brand New Day isn't just a movie, it's a statement. It's Sony and Marvel saying, we know how to do this, and we're not slowing down. But more than that, it's a reminder of why we fell in love with Spider-Man in the first place. It's not just about the webs and the suits, it's about the guy underneath. And if this film delivers on that promise, it's not just going to make box office history, it's going to remind us why Spider-Man matters. What do you think? Is this the Spider-Man film we've been waiting for, or is the hype too much to live up to? Let me know in the comments below.